Hi, good morning. Welcome back. My name is Cynthia, and I'm here to do a general layout for us today in the collective. Just a general what you need to know at the current time. And the last reading was had a lot of sorrowful content just about reaching out and loneliness. And today is a really different mood, at least for me, and I'm hoping it will be captured in these cards. I've just been online, really, that whole JD Vance liking to fuck couches viral meme is just, I get so much laugh traction out of it. I can't get enough of it almost. And what it reminds me of is whenever somebody created the whole viral story that Ted Cruz is a Zodiac killer, I love it so much, and it still makes me laugh. And that's where I just love the internet for people's humor that can go viral like that. And that Ted Cruz Zodiac killer thing has been around forever, and every time without fail when I think of it, it makes me laugh. And then I'll go in and find different memes that people have made about it, and I just love it. And it's kind of the same with this JD Vance story. God forbid someone ever started one about me. I would hope that I could find the humor in it instead of be outraged or frustrated by something like that. But still, I really enjoy laughing at it, and partly because those are people with power, and I'm a believer in punching up and not down when you're finding your humor in the world. So anyways, I've just been online this morning, scrolling through posts about the JD Vance couch thing, and then the backlash from some people about this is kink shaming, even if it is just really it's so entertaining. It's one of the reasons that I love the internet. And anyways, I just wanted to come on here and maybe flow some of that humor out there and get you laughing. And we'll see what comes out in this layout. But this will just be a what you need to know message for the collective. And I just ordered some new Kipper cards because this Kipper deck has just gotten destroyed. A lot of the cards are already kind of torn, and I found another Kipper deck with some different imagery, and I'm looking forward to that showing up in the mail. Not to seem ungrateful to this deck, it's gotten a lot of mileage since I got it, but I just feel like it's getting beaten up, and there's a couple cards that are torn, and I don't know if it's impacting the shuffle or the way the cards lay out necessarily. So looking forward. I also ordered another couple decks too. I think maybe just two actually, the Kipper and another. But I always look forward to getting new cards and incorporating them into things. And so this will just be what you need to know. I'm going to start with some Kipper cards to set the theme. And if you find any humorous stuff out there in the ether right now online, please share it, because I just love stuff like that. I've been laughing all morning about those two subjects. I just love it. I love how absurd it is and how humorous it can be out there when you find those kinds of jokes that just take on a life of their own. And I know Ted Cruz was not a fan of that whole Zodiac killer thing. He found it bizarre, couldn't see the humor in it, right? He takes himself too seriously. So like I said, God forbid if that ever were to happen to me, I would hope that I could find the humor in it. Anyways. What's going on for you? So these cards coming out, it looks like the main female here, which I'm guessing is you, is going through something sorrowful in your home life related to a marriage ending. I'll pull a couple more here to see if there's anything else that you should know about that. But this might, off the bat, either could be for you, or someone who's going through a ending of a relationship or a marriage. in their home life, and there's sadness about it. So hopefully my humor here, or any humor that can come through, will help lighten it up for you a little bit and help you find some laughter through a stressful time. I was going and visiting my uncle in hospice not long ago, and I reached out to a friend about it, and I don't remember I just said, like, I was acknowledging, like, oh, it's just a big deal in my life. Like, it's a big deal that I'm coming to see him at his end of life, when I had been estranged from he and my aunt for a while. And he said, yeah, well, you can try to put a smile on his face, and that's about, and it was just such a nice, and so true. Like, you know, sometimes that's all you really can do, is try to put a smile on someone's face, either through joking or whatever, laughter through the tears. Anything else you should know about the situation before I start to read tarot on it? There might have been an affair here. You might be dealing with having learned that somebody was unfaithful or betrayed you in some way. There's a third party in any case. And it's, again, resulting in the end of something. And this is heavy on your mind. So I'm thinking that, again, like I said, you're either this main woman here, or you know her in some way. But I'm thinking this is you. She's the first card that came out here. So this is really on your mind. The fact that this relationship is ending, and there's a third party involved in that. And it feels like a death. It's a sorrowful ending for you. So let's find out what else. What else is important for you to know? I'm sorry that that's the case. I've certainly been there. Learning that you've been cheated on is not a fun experience at all, especially if you're deeply in love or didn't see it coming, right? It can be very blindsiding and shocking. And at the time for me when it happened, my partner had kind of been used to having relationships where that was the case, where people cheated and there wasn't a lot of trust. And so when I was so devastated, it's almost like he got resentful, like, oh, what is the big deal? This kind of thing happens all the time. Like, he just totally didn't see or failed to grasp, like, not in my world, it didn't happen all the time. Like, I didn't see it coming. I never thought someone I loved and trusted would do that to me. So infidelity is very devastating for many people, and often it doesn't, if you're non-monogamous, there's a whole different layer to that, or if you're in a poly kind of situation. But if you are someone who believes in monogamy or practices a monogamous style of relationships, and there's trust and intimacy involved, infidelity can feel very devastating to learn about. And I just want to honor that here, because at the time that I went through it, I kind of almost felt like I didn't get a lot of, even, I don't know, I just remember feeling like the message was that I was overreacting. And clearly you're in a very sorrowful place here. And I'm hoping that there will be some levity to this layout that helps you get through the initial, maybe this isn't something you just recently learned of. Or maybe we'll find out something funny about this third party here. Like, we can poke fun at Ted Cruz and JD Vance, right? Healing is the cornerstone here. So you're going to heal from this, even though it's been very sorrowful. It's going to have, wow, healing and love. And a new opportunity. Wow, oh my God, 3 aces right in a row. So there's something, maybe though you're going through this sorrowful period, this is going to open up an entirely new experience for you. I don't know, you may already be aware of this, or you may not have any clue. But this sorrowful ending of some kind of circumstance in your home life with this relationship, what's coming, the facts are a new opportunity, a new physical reality, and a very powerful love. So this is really interesting. It's a very stark contrast to these circumstantial cards, right? So that's uplifting already. I hope you might already sense this. You might know Maybe you've known for a long time that this relationship has felt like an uphill climb, and though you're sorrowful about the infidelity, you also recognize that it's been an opportunity for you to start something new or to move on and move forward into something that is more in alignment for you. Maybe something that you've already sensed could be possible if you were not in this relationship. Wow, 4 aces. Hello. I did not see this coming at all. This is very fortuitous. So please, just what I was hoping for, that, you know, in a dark time, like having a power player involved, like for me personally, Donald Trump, like I find him to be a terrifying leader, like many people in the world and in the United States. Things like this J.D. Vance story and like back when the Ted Cruz Zodiac Killer thing, those things really brought light in a dark time. They were funny. I still laugh about the Ted Cruz thing to this day, like I was saying. So finding that kind of levity in a dark time can be really emotionally life-saving, right? And there's something so fresh and new and positive and powerful. Like, it's super rare to get 4 aces in a tarot layout. Just like it is in a game of poker or something, right? If you just were dealt a hand with 4 aces, you would be like, holy shit, I'm about to win this pot, right? And especially if you know how to play the cards right. This is amazing. I'm using my phone to film this, but it's like me I'm aware that I want to take a picture of this so that I remember. So save this reading possibly so that if you're still kind of going through the dark night at some point about the ending of this reality, just know that this new reality is already material, it's already coming, and it's so lucky and fortunate and fortuitous. It's in the works. You might be feeling tired from all the work you're having to do to try to get through this, but what it's saying here is that you're seeing clearly that this needs to end. And I think what it's saying is that you're also seeing clearly that this is going to bring you something new that's very healing and that's going to make this seem like a dim past memory, right? Compared to what's coming. This sadness and ending of this is no match for these 4 aces. Like, boom. It's like, I want to save it. I keep being aware that I want to take a picture of this. Like, it's a very anomalous experience to have 4 aces show up like this in consecutive. You're working towards your clarity right now. You're already in the healing process. Maybe this is something that's already happened a little while ago and you're just in the last stages of it. Yeah, this might be someone from your past. We'll learn more about what the 6 of Cups is, but the 6 of Cups with this new beginning could be like somebody from the past re-entering your life. It's really, really positive, really incredible energy. I'm going to read these next. Wow, this is so exciting for whoever you are. So you've been in this period of aloneness and introspection and healing as a result of this sorrowful circumstance in your home life, in your closest relationship to you. You've been on this sort of hermitage journey of healing and going within. And you may be nervous to exit that as this new opportunity comes flowing to you. There could be a sense of like, wow, it's like barreling you over in a good way, but in a way that's almost like hard for you to grasp after coming through this dark period. Something like getting the 4 of aces is 4 aces is very unexpected, and your shadow might have trouble being like, it's too good to be true, or maybe you're not healed enough yet for this, or maybe it's too soon, or you didn't see it coming, and part of your shadow is uneasy about hitting this kind of a stroke of luck. But in the scene world, it's a threshold into the new. It's a threshold into a new beginning, into a new world. This is so positive. Please save this reading. If any of this is lingering for you, if any of this sorrow is hard to shake off right now, or your shadow is maybe wanting to protect you because you're going to be going from this sorrowful period into like this huge jackpot. Your shadow might be like, what? Like, not wanting you to. This is saying it is ushering in a new world, and it's a super beautiful You're on the threshold right now. It's already happening, and you're about to see that clearly. It could be a past love. I don't know. What's the Six of Cups here? I'm smiling. This is a very smile-worthy surprise. If you don't already sense that this is happening, you're about to have a really beautiful surprise. And it's a very fresh, healing, exciting energy that's just washing away all of this. There's a new moon coming up, so that could be in harmony with this new moon and new beginning for you. It's also the Lion's Gate, so this energy is really fortuitous, and what I'm feeling is that you're in harmony with it. You're in harmony with the new that's coming in, even if there's a little bit of your shadow side that's still unsure about such a dramatic shift, which we all, you know, I really relate to that. Like, as humans, even if positive change can be stressful, right? So your parts of your shadow side might feel a little overwhelmed with the bounty or the newness that's coming flooding into your experience. But to me, this In Your Thoughts card here is echoing this Hermit card. You've really been doing your work to try to understand this betrayal, and that's bookending the experience. Because you've been willing to do the work, it's bookended this whole experience for you, and it's almost like cleared the way for you to step into the new. It's super beautiful. What is the Six of Cups here? Dude, the Ten of Cups, this is like everything you maybe thought you could never have, right? It's like total dreams coming true. The dreams of your heart coming true. This is amazing. Like, I'm wanting to like laugh and share in it, and it's really, really, really exciting. Like, can I come with you? This is really cool. A King of Cups. I think it's somebody from your past that's showing up here in their heart. You may not have understood how this person felt about you. And first off, let me just do this little qualifier here. I'm not somebody that necessarily would ever say, like, I mean, there's that saying out there, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. And I'm not against that, but it's just not necessarily how I roll. I've always been very careful about something like that. Like, I'm more in Hermit energy a lot of times, and a believer in, like, your wellness doesn't come through another relationship. It comes from your own healing work. But what I'm seeing here is that you already know that, and you've already been doing that. And you might operate kind of like me in that way. Like, you've really been trying to go within and heal and look back on this experience and see what you can take away from it, see what you can learn. Like I said, it's bookending the entire sorrowful experience. So that's partly why, like, I guess I just wanted to be cautious here about, like, promoting an idea that jumping from relationship to relationship in order to find happiness. That's not what's happening here. Because you've been willing to do the work, it's like it's opened up this opportunity now for this new love. And it's not a new relationship to you. It's someone that you've known and maybe always carried a torch for. They're like, maybe they have become aware that this relationship ended in your life, and now they're going to shoot their shot. A King of Cups is someone you may not realize that this person felt the way that they do about you, but now that they've seen that there's an opening in your life, they might try to show up and offer you this entirely new experience. It just keeps showing me over and over again a rush of new opportunity, a rush of new experience, a rush of your heart opening, a rush of seeing clearly. The very central card is the Clarity card. You can trust this. You're not lying to yourself. You're not deluding yourself when this person shows up. It's real. And I have a sense that even though you've been through the sorrow of the loss of this other relationship, there's something about the newness coming in that is more in alignment with you, more truly matching like who you are or where you are in your life, especially because you've been willing to do the healing work. It's really, really positive. Like, on a high from it, I can feel the excitement, the high, the joy. Everything I was sort of hoping would come through this reading is coming through. Like, dark characters in our nation's leadership, like Ted Cruz and J.D. Vance, like, they're almost like, for me anyways, in my psyche, they're no match for the humor that comes from lampooning them through these jokes, right? It's just like, God, these dudes are just joke worthy, right? Joke worthy. Especially as someone who, like, I don't have kids. And so to have a comment like that surface is just like, you know what, dude, fuck you. You know, fuck off. Fuck all the way off, right? Like, my life is rich and it doesn't, you know, having children or not having children is a thing in my life that's truly nobody else's business. And so for him to comment so cavalierly on it, like there's something wrong with that, it's just like, wow, fuck off, you know? So it's fun to lampoon him and mock him, and if he's Googling dolphin porn and like whatever, right? Like, who's the weirdo? Who's weird, right? Me that has never had children and has a cat and is honored to share my, you know, like, my God, it's just such a misaligned way of seeing things from where I sit. So I very much appreciate those people to being taken down several notches by this kind of humor. And it's almost like this experience is similar. It doesn't have to be like mocking these people necessarily, although maybe that has helped you. It's more like just realizing like there was some sadness, but it's in the past. It's long gone. It's a closed chapter in my life. And because of that, because I've been willing to do the hard work to heal and close the book on it, I'm now rushing into book 2 with this lover returning, sharing how much they love you, bringing the 10 of Cups. Like, it's just really incredible. This might have been a solo healing thing that you've been on for a while, healing the end of this relationship. This now is kind of what's coming through, is that this has been something you've been working on for a while to heal from. What else can we know? What else can we know about this? It's so positive. I can feel the joy and the high energy coming off it. It's really exciting, like really, really, really exciting. And I'm sensing that this is an infidelity, but it could be another kind of betrayal. It might not have been an infidelity. It might have been a different type of betrayal. We don't know. There's a third party in a relationship, but that doesn't necessarily mean infidelity. It could mean another type of a betrayal. Feeling betrayed in one of your closest relationships. I did a reading a while back where someone's exes were in cahoots, like a couple, like that could have been your reading, right? It could have been something like that, kind of a betrayal. The relationships might have been over for a while because of this hermit energy that's coming through in this period of healing, bookending this loss and this betrayal. Are you receiving the same level of devotion that you offer? So that to me speaks to this past circumstance. You may have really poured of yourself into this only to find that something burned about it or you got stung, right? You hold the power in the situation, so don't forget this is real. As you step into this newness, you are empowered. You're not in a victim stance because you've done your healing work. Keep the torch lit. To me, that speaks to what I said a minute ago. This person, you may have had a torch for one another and the torch has never gone out, and you can know that it's coming. This is real. You're seeing clearly. They're seeing clearly. There's newness all around and a complete balance of all of the elements within you, and especially the celebratory heart and love energy. It's just like the 10 of Cups is everything you could ever dream. Right? It doesn't mean that you're never going to have sad times again. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that kind of an illusion, but the facts are this Ace of Wands is about to happen. The opportunity is about to present itself. The fact that you've both kept this torch lit is showing up here now in the material world. The love is becoming real and grounded in the material earth plane, and it's in a balance and it's in an alignment. You're on the threshold of it. And it's going to bring in a whole new world. Anything else about this new opportunity and this new world that's coming? I mean, one thing we know is that it's the 10 of Cups, so don't worry, it's gonna be amazing. Like everything, you're gonna have to be pinching yourself. And with this new world here, we've got these cardinal signs. It's really real, it's becoming physical. The 4 directions, the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. A Knight of Cups, this is what it's about. This person's gonna show up and offer this to you, make you an offering. This Knight of Wands is present. There's a lot of passion. That doesn't mean he's not sincere though, right? That isn't saying, I mean, it's the 10 of Cups. It's not there's not an insincerity about it. It's very real, even though it's very passionate, right? That doesn't mean you don't have to choose. This is both. That's partly the 10 of Cups, is you don't have to choose between passion and love. It's both here, which is amazing. That's like the gold mine, right? It's happening. The 8 of Wands. This is rushing in fairly quickly. Something about the new moon and the Lion's Gate is what I'm sensing, especially with these cardinal signs here. Yeah, the death. This is a death and rebirth. It's a death of the old reality. So don't be alarmed by this death card, because it's ending, it's closing out this chapter. It's a transmutation of the old into the new. You've done your healing work. You're totally prepared to release this, and boom, here it comes, because you've been willing to do this healing. It's so exciting. My God. I would love to know more. If you think this might be for you, leave me a comment, because it's really, please save this reading. Love and joy right here when I split the Lenormand. Love and joy and friendship. It's passionate, it's loving, and there's a friendship and a quality of respect here as well. Is there anything we should know about this King of Cups? He's showing up like a Knight of Cups with this Ace of Wands coming in and this 8 of Wands. The passion is going to be kind of overflowing from both of you is what I'm sensing. What else should you know? What else should you know? It's strong. It's strong and solid. This is a strength-based card, this bear card in the Lenormand. Here he is again. The King of Cups here, showing up like this knight. This is communication coming into you. It's a really positive omen. This is so incredible. Like, please ride the high of this reading. I really am intending right now that this message, even my bird is into it, right? Like, I'm really intending that this gets to you so that you have it to know that it's real. This is over. This has died. It's done. Here comes the new. Somebody that you both had a torch for one another. Love. Love. You cannot spell it out any more clearly than that. This is like, there's no stopping it almost. With the strength, with the level of love, with the level of joy. This is a very significant ending of a past cycle that was very sorrowful for you. That you may have at one time thought was going to be something. It turned out that it was not at all where you should have been, or maybe where the other parties should have been either, right? Like, it's almost like this was a misalignment. It came with sadness and some hard lessons, but it was misaligned. If ever there were an alignment for a relationship, it's this, with these 4 aces, with clarity at the center, the new world, the threshold, love, communication, passion, like it's here. I cannot even try to pretend or temper it, because it would be doing it an injustice. Be excited like I am. Like, it's just like surging through this reading, so you can allow it, you can trust it. It's very exciting, and it's very potent. It's very potent, and it's gonna be stable. It's stabling in with this anchor card. Man, I feel like I want to go outside and do all these backflips and cartwheels. Like, it's that level of joy. It's super, super, super exciting. I'm surprised the Sun card didn't come through, but I have a feeling if I kept pulling tarot, it would eventually. I don't know. Should I push it? I'm going to pull a Colette Baron Reed card. I sense a little bit of a warning that's going to come out with one of these cards, but maybe not. It might be joyful, but anything else you should know? I'm really congratulating you, because doing this journey of the Hermit is a hard road to walk. And a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people do relationship hop because doing that period of Hermit healing is hard. It's hard to do. People often don't want to do it because of the loneliness, right? Because it's so sorrowful. They just want to escape by jumping into another relationship, which maybe would have been like a repeat, right? Or one that lacks the kind of depth of this. This coming in now has newness and it has depth, from the Ace of Cups to the Ten of Cups. It's very heart-based. It's very strong and it's anchored in. It's not fake. It's not an illusion. It's not a, you know, but there, let's see what these cards say here from Colette Baron Reed. What else should you know about this? All that glitters, a change in the wind. So there is a little bit of a warning with the All That Glitters card, if I remember right. In here, there was the Success and Love card that came in the reverse from this past memory. So it could be something like that, that there was an illusory quality to the relationship before that seemed like it was going to be what this can be, right? But I don't know. I don't want to try to ignore a warning. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. Are you receiving the same level of devotion that you give? That was a dynamic in this other relationship, right? So it's going to be a warning that you don't repeat that you don't overgive and create a similar pattern where you're giving more than the other partner. It's okay to allow for an equal give and take here because you've done your healing. There might be a little bit of elements in you that still want to overgive, but I don't think so because you've been willing to do this work. Sorry, I'm just, it's very exciting. Really, really exciting. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine, which this is pure authenticity with these 4 aces. So don't get swept up in the magic so much is kind of what's coming through a little bit. You've got to also stay connected to the full expression of someone, which includes their shadow side, right? So that's great advice here. A change in the wind. My bird is going off in there. And he's been really, really energized and active this morning, more than usual, like kind of in a way that I was a little annoyed with at first, and now I see part of maybe why is that he might have felt some of this energy. I don't know. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. This sorrow that you've been experiencing, when this starts to show up, your shadow might have trouble trusting it at first. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. To know what you truly need to be happy is some of the work that you've done here with bookending these, thinking deeply on what went wrong here in this circumstance, being willing to be in that Hermit and Temperance energy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Hello, I think that's already been stated with like 5 exclamation points, right? Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So that's the message about this sorrow. Like using this Lion's Gate and New Moon and Leo energy is going to be really helpful in putting this to rest and opening up for the new that's flooding in here, rushing in with these 4 aces. It's so amazing. I'm so congratulating you because you it's happening because you've been willing to do this work, because you've been willing to go within and be real with yourself about what you need to feel happy and secure. Where you've maybe seen that something in the past was an illusion that was very glittery and shiny, but that ultimately was void of what you were seeking truly for your own self. There was a quality of this not being in an alignment for you. Well, it's ending. It's and you can work with the energy in the astrological heavens right now to support you in this work. It's super incredible. I'm going to pull one more card here, and then we'll call this good, because this is a beautiful, very pure message, very pure. These 4 aces is like purity of all types, but especially in the heart center. God. The Alchemist, you've been willing to do that. This is the Temperance card. The Temperance angel is an alchemist. She's alchemized her own healing, right? The Ancestor. Card number 9. So that might have meaning for you. This is a Cherokee rose. It's a wild rose. The Ancestor. Number 9. The beginning, the ending, the space between worlds is the place to find the essence of what it is to be you, just like we were saying. God, I love, thank you, God. This is a really great, thank you, Spirit. This is an amazing, harmonized message. The place to find the essence of what it is to be you, and where you might find answers that better align with the core of your beliefs. This may be an ending, but in all completions comes the chance to set forth once again. Boom. I mean, this is a major setting forth into the new. This is an indication or affirmation that your intuitive feelings are leading you in the right direction. The Ancestor leaves the gift of their experience in the DNA of time for us to discover and work with, so that we in turn may leave something of worth, a thin layer of our truth and view. What? That doesn't make sense to me. Let me read that again. The Ancestor leaves the gifts of their experience in the DNA of time for us to discover and work with, so that we in turn may leave something of worth, a thin layer of our truth and view, into the DNA of the lineage that will come after us, I guess. Where and who did I come from, and what influences does it have on me today? You've been doing that work by being in this Temperance energy, by going into a hermitage to discover what this has truly been about, the level of sorrow for you, a possible betrayal, or not possible, it's nearly, it's very clearly a betrayal of some type, and it forced you to go within. It forced you to your knees, but you were wise enough to do the work and not try to escape it through another relationship. And because of that, this is going to be your reward. And I really feel the sense that your ancestors are smiling on you, and you may have broken a familial pattern of codependency by being willing to do this work. So I just really congratulate you. And I feel your ancestors smiling on you. It's just an incredibly beautiful, positive, harmonized experience. So happy Lionsgate to you. Happy Leo season. Happy 4 aces. This is just amazing. Please save it and hang on to it.